Older? Yes. Great smelling, inviting, classy, and versatile? Absolutely. The 20 fragrances I'm about to share with you are all of that and then some, guys, so stick around. Welcome back to another video. Max here. If you love to make a great first impression, smelling good is definitely a great way to do that. Today we're going to get into the 20 fragrances that I curated for you. This list is amazing. Most, if not all of these fragrances you might not even have heard of because they just flew under the radar, like hidden gems, if you will. So they are, most of these, discontinued. But the great thing here is they're readily available, so they're not hard to find. They're not going to have eye-gouging prices, so you can get them. And I have them listed below to make your life easier. So let's hop into this list. Just a quick caveat, these fragrances are all made at least in the mid to late 90s up until right now. So they must be readily available, made from the mid to late 90s up until now, and of course, have all the prerequisites that I talked about earlier in the video. So starting off with the first year from 1996, this is Kiton Man, which is a fragrance that people hardly ever talked about. They did speak about this fragrance a little bit in the fragrance community, perhaps in the mid 2000s, but then it just gotten forgotten. But it's a great gem. And what this fragrance is, it is absolutely incredible. It has a beautiful pineapple note up top, and it's not like Aventus. Again, this is from 96, but it has this beautiful fruity pineapple up top. It's a little bit green with a mossy, not oak moss, but a mossy green, fresh cut grass kind of a feel, and a beautiful cedar white musk in the base. It is very inviting, something that you know you're gonna smell great if you rock, and it's very elegant and, again, classy scent. Kiton Man from 1996, guys, amazing stuff. Jumping up to 97, the next fragrance here is from Estée Lauder. This is Lauder Pleasures Man. Now, this is a fragrance that I myself wore a lot for work, for late college. This is one of my go-to fragrances. What I truly love about this fragrance is not only does it have a very nice green, grassy feel to the fragrance, but it also has an absolute stunning red ginger note in the heart, which really sets this fragrance apart from any other fragrance out there. It's a little bit spicy, it's woody, but it's also, this spicy, fruity red nuance that you get with it in the heart. It's one of a kind. The dry down gets even fruitier, almost gives you like a grape soda kind of a vibe. It is very intrinsic, a great scent. Just flew under the radar. You can still find it today again. Very well priced. Pleasures Man, amazing stuff from Lauder, guys. This is a stunner. Now we jump to 1999. This is the original Salvatore Ferragamo, one that gets no talks right now. This is the original Salvatore Homme from 99. And basically what this is, it's a fig base scent. If you're familiar with Marc Jacobs, it's going to be that original Marc Jacobs for Man vibe, which has that nice green fig up top, which is fruity, a little bit grassy as well. Most fragrances here are going to be very versatile. This one here included. You can wear most of these fragrances for, casual, t-shirt, polo shirt. You can dress them up a little bit because they are also very classy. So Ferragamo Pour Homme, it's one of those scents. If you love the note of fig that's a little bit earthy and fruity, this is a great one to check out. Talking about hidden gems, this is one, guys, that I highly suggest you guys check out if you like unique fragrances. Kenzo or Kenzo 𝗔𝗿𝗄. This is a great scent. It's a spicy cedar fragrance with a gorgeous mate note. If you like mate, the drink, which is very tropical and very, popular in South America, this is going to have that note in the center here in the heart of this fragrance, and it really captures the essence of the mate along with some spices like nutmeg, a little bit of a cinnamon, and a gorgeous cedar woody base. Now here's an absolutely stunning fragrance. This is great stuff. I love this stuff. I don't know how many bottles I went through this because a lot of people, when they talk about Montblanc, they talk about 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏. But let me tell you guys, this one here, Presence, is no slouch. This fragrance is a minty sandalwood. It's got spices in the middle. The opening here is absolutely incredible. That mint will capture you. It's a little bit creamy. The sandalwood here is amazing. It really adds this nice, vibrancy and tonality to the fragrance. The teak wood here is also very unique. So the fragrance has a very interesting, but also very captivating and easy to wear kind of a vibe. Presence from Montblanc, in my opinion, one of the best and really flies under the radar. This stuff is cheap to find, performs well, and it's great smelling. What more can you ask? Also from 98, this fragrance is just so unique, and I'm so surprised that people don't talk about this. The opening here, we're talking pear, we're talking banana leaf, we're talking plum, and we're talking pepper. This is Image from Cerruti, and guys, half of the bottle's gone. I used to wear this fragrance a lot, and for a while there it was a little hard to find, so I stopped wearing it, but I revisited it, and it's incredible, especially for right now, spring and summer. It's got a woody base. The base here is also vetiver, which I love, but this opening is just worth $1 million. Like I said, the pear, the sweet plum with the spiciness of the pepper, it is one of those, guys. Very unique, fruity, peppery, spicy, and woodsy. By the way, guys, I'm talking about designer fragrances here, but they're also classy and unique. Speaking of unique, I always think about niche, of course. If you guys love niche fragrances, I want to share with you an event that happens every year in New York City around December. This is going to be December 2nd and 3rd, New York City, the heart of New York, Times Square, 5th Avenue, Scent Explore 2022, 4th annual, guys. I really hope to see you there. We're back in person after, you guys know what. This is back in person, but also virtual. It's the first hybrid international niche event. All details below. Go to the website. Guys, don't miss out. It's going to be great. You know, registrations are now open. If you also, a fragrance blogger or vlogger, you want to be a part of the event, also go to the media tab, and I want to see you guys there. Free admission. There's a lot of great things that we're doing today to continue to bring the people together with this event. It's one for the books. I hope to see you there. We're talking perfumers, new brands, new launches, new releases, a lot of things to bring us together and continue to share this passion that we all have. So details below. I hope to see you guys there. This fragrance here is a true gem, guys, and I don't understand why people don't talk about it. This is 𝗕𝗏𝗏 from Michel Germain, which is a great fragrance. And what this reminds, this is a tobacco. It's a blonde tobacco fragrance with iris, some beautiful citrus nuances up top, a little bit herbal in the middle, but it's an absolute stunner fragrance. That reminds me, get this, of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, the original with the sticker that I love from '94. However, this is a little different. The iris here and the florals are a little bit more prominent than Dolce & Gabbana, which has more of a tobacco and lavender feel. A stunner for sure. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 from Michel Germain from 1999. Now we jump to 2002. This fragrance was another signature scent of mine for my work environment. This is one of my go-tos. People knew me for this fragrance, along with Declaration, were the two like go-tos for me. Declaration Cartier, by the way. This is Givenchy Pour Homme, the original 2002 with this burgundy metallic kind of a huge cap, but the atomizer is actually in the middle here, so it's within the cap. And let me tell you guys, this is a stunner. There's a smell here that is just so particular to this fragrance, which is really the combination of the grapefruit up top with the vetiver and the lavender. An absolute stunning fragrance. It's even hard to describe. To me, it smells very sparkly, very fizzy, almost like a grapefruit soda. And then you have this very beautiful combination between the lavender and the vetiver, which makes this a stunner. I'm telling you, Gucci just released one that's a Pour Homme, Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme, which I talked to you guys about in the first impression video. Very similar to this one, but to me, this is copied but never replicated, guys. This is incredible and a very unique scent. If you love vetiver, that's a little bit fruity. Like I said, this is a stunner. In the midst of the hype of the aquatic scents, the blue aquatic scents of the late 90s, in the early 2000s, there was quite a few blue scents coming out, including Polo Blue, of course, 2003. Also 2003 gave us this amazing fragrance. Spokesperson for this fragrance was actually Andre Agassi, the tennis player, and this is Aramis Life. The bottle has changed. I'll pop on the screen here the current bottle of this fragrance, but the smell has not. It's very good. Hasn't really been formulated to my knowledge. And what this is, it's a very nice fruity aquatic blue scent with some spices here, a cucumber note in the middle, just like Polo Blue. But what I love about this one here, this is more floral and less aquatic than Polo Blue is. So it's a great fragrance, very unique because of those florals. It reminds me a little bit of Givenchy Insensé, which is a great floral, masculine fragrance. This one here takes note from that fragrance and also adds these blue and fruity kind of nuances and florals, of course. Great stuff. 2004, we have a fragrance here from master perfumer Carlos Benaim, and this is Carolina Herrera Chic for Man. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love watermelon fruit on my fragrances. I love that beautiful, sweetness, melon-like vibe that you get. And that is, look at the sprayers, guys, beastly. The vibe here of that watermelon is great. You have an earthy, fruity watermelon opening with a floral and leathery kind of a heart. This is the beginning stages of Carolina Herrera CH Man, which had that, brown sugar, burnt sugar vibe along with the leather. You have a little bit of that here, but it's more of a citrus, floral, fruity fragrance. It is amazing. There's nothing like it. It's gonna remind you of CH Men, but it's gonna be a lot more wearable, a lot more versatile, and that watermelon here up top. Great stuff. By the way, if you're looking for discounted fragrances, great selection, fast shipping, most of the fragrances you can find there right now. Details below, fragrancebuy.ca, your one-stop place for everything discount fragrances. Enjoy. From 2003, this fragrance here, I also wore a lot. I believe this is my third bottle, and I can't believe people never talked about this because they do speak about Dunhill fragrances, mostly the Icon collection. This came way back when, 2003. This is Dunhill, Alfred Dunhill, the original Dunhill. And this, guys, is a great lavender and leather fragrance. And what I'm talking about here, guys, is a beautiful geranium floral kind of opening that pays homage to the great lavender fragrances of old. Also has oak moss, but it's not going to be pungent. It's going to be rather floral. You have iris here, you have jasmine, you have some beautiful florals in the heart, which makes this a very unique masculine fragrance. Again, versatility is the key word, classy is the key word that comes to mind. This is a gentlemanly perfect fragrance, guys. If you love what you hear and if you never try this, I urge you to get this because it is discontinued. It's readily available right now, but soon it's not going to be. Next up, we have a fragrance from the house of Lacoste, which Lacoste don't really get much mentions here. And for some reason, you know, they're not great fragrances, but this one here was a really good one from 2004. It's Lacoste. Most people know this as Red, but the real name for this fragrance was Style and Play. And it's a very nice green apple. Think of Granny Smith apples that are very tart. Oh my God, the apple here is just beautiful. It opens up with that green tart, Granny Smith kind of an apple feel. You have some florals here, like jasmine, for example, a touch of rose, and the base is a very nice combination of white musk, cedar, and vetiver. A great scent, easy to wear, classy, inspiring. You're gonna be perceived in a very classy and elegant way because most designers out there these days are really capturing that vanilla and ambroxan and tonka vibe, which this one here is in the opposite direction. It's going to be more of a vetiver, floral, fruity type of a scent. Next up, a fragrance brand that you don't hear anything about, and it's been quite a while. This one here from 2004, it is my favorite from this line. It's Perry Ellis M for Man. And what I love about this fragrance, now get a load of this, I'm not even gonna get into the notes here. What I'm gonna say is this smells like $1,000,000 because it is a combination between two amazing fragrances, Chanel Allure, the original, and also Xerjoff's Ouden. It is spicy, it's creamy, and it's woody. An absolutely amazing fragrance. There's no two ways about it, guys. Perry Ellis M for the price, can't beat it. Now jumping to 2005, I'm gonna give you a fragrance here from a brand that is sometimes controversial or likes to push the boundaries or the envelope. We're talking Paco Rabanne. Can you guess what fragrance is that gonna be? What is hidden gemish? What is, you know, something that kind of flew under the radar, but is also a great fragrance that's one of those romantic, one of those captivating type scents that you just can't get enough. It's Paco Rabanne's Black Excess. Now this fragrance here, the vibe that you get here, beautiful sprayer, it's going to be a creamy strawberries dipped in champagne. That's what you get here, guys. It's a great scent, great for a night out, great for dates. And it's also classy. If you control your sprayers, you can definitely pull this off, you know, for dressier occasions or when you really want to make a great first impression. It smells great. I'm telling you right now, Black Excess. I know people in my circle that still wear this as their signature scent. Still can find this one here, guys, readily. It changed the bottle a little bit, which I'll pop it on the screen so you know what the current bottle looks like, but it's a stunner fragrance. Again, that strawberry with champagne vibe is just like no other. Speaking of champagne, here's another one with a note of champagne. This is Unforgivable from Sean John from 2006. This fragrance, my friends, got a ton of limelight when this came out, you know, in subsequent years. Now people don't talk much about it. And there was another flanker of this called Unforgivable Platinum, which that champagne note was even more amplified. But this one here is great. It's got a very nice fruity note up top with a sea breeze due to the ambergris here. Very similar to Millésime Impériale from Creed. But for the money that you're paying here, this very nice musky dry down that's fruity and a little bit sparkly due to that champagne note, it is just amazing. And that you can find a big bottle like this for a cheap price, it is just a no-brainer, guys. Sean John's Unforgivable, a great choice if you like, you know, Millésime Impériale or fragrances that have that kind of musky, fruity, and sea breeze kind of a note. So we talked about FragranceBuy.ca as the best place to buy fragrances if you're ready to commit and pull the trigger. However, how about if you want to try them before you buy them? How about if you want to decant, to live with that fragrance before you actually buy tons of bottles like yours truly? There's a great place to do that, Perfume.com. Use my code, details below, guys. Enjoy. This next fragrance is from a fashion brand that I do enjoy. They have very expensive garments, you know, especially like jackets and suits. It's an Italian fashion brand, and to be honest with you, I like the one that came before this one, but this one here, guys, is a very good one. It's called Canali Style from 2008. Very hidden gem kind of a fragrance. I never really heard, I mean, Canali Men 2005 got a little bit of limelight here on YouTube, but this one here, Canali Style from 2008, flew right under the radar. And what this is, it's a spicy leather and lavender kind of a fragrance. Think about a peppery opening. If you love pepper in your fragrances, which I love, this has an outstanding, one of the best peppery openings out there, along with lavender, some florals, some creamy woods, sandalwood, and it has a leather base, which is really nice. It feels like a leather jacket. So think about a spicy opening with the black pepper, and it dries down to a creamy suede leather-like garment. Amazing stuff, guys. Canali Style, the name here, very fitting, classy style. This is it. Now let me ask you a question. Are you guys a fan of Versace Eros? It gets a lot of limelight, but it's overplayed, right? So let me give you the best thing. If you enjoy that scent profile, I'm gonna give you the OG. This one here is the one that started this particular vanilla tonka kind of a vibe with spices and that beautiful sandalwood in the base. Very hot and warm fragrance. And it's gonna be none other than 2009's 𝗿𝗲𝗄 Pour Homme Elixir. This one here gets no play, guys, and this is a stunner of a fragrance. If you smell this fragrance right off the bat, it's gonna remind you of Versace Eros, but to me, it's a much better fragrance because it has this almost incensey, smoky kind of a vibe with a very earthy vetiver in the base. It does not have a crazy tonka here. The coumarin here is very toned down, so it's not loud or obnoxious, whilst really powerful and attention commanding in a very elegant and classy manner. 𝗿𝗲𝗄 Pour Homme Elixir is just an incredible scent. When you guys think of sport flanker fragrances, you think about blue fragrances, you think about aquatic fragrances, but here's one that's the opposite of all of that. It's a very green fragrance. It's got a note of cypress here, a little bit of a gin and tonic vibe in the heart, and a gorgeous vetiver in the base. It's a green sport fragrance from Gucci. Hidden gem, guys. This is discontinued. You can still find it now. Don't walk, run, because I think this is gonna fetch very high price very soon. Gucci by Gucci Sport is just a great green fragrance. Love the grapefruit up top. That cypress note here just envelops the fragrance. Give this coniferous vibe to the scent. And I'm telling you, it's a little bit sharp. It's a little bit grassy. It is one of the best sport flankers in the game that's come out over the last 10 plus years. I'm telling you guys, great stuff. Here's another one that's also supposed to, when you look at the name, you're gonna think of blue aquatic fragrances, but it's very different from what you might think. This is YOP Splash. Almost half of this bottle has been used because it's a great one, and I stopped using it for a while because it got a little hard to find. This is from 2011, and I can't believe that people don't talk about this fragrance. It has a very unique plum up top, which is cassowary plum, which is actually a spicy and poisonous kind of a fruit, and they capture that essence, which I never actually smelled the cassowary plum, but it's a little bit sharp, it's a little bit vegetal, it's got this green and creamy and sharp kind of a vibe, which is very unique to this fragrance, along with a seawater vibe here, like a sea breeze type of a thing. The base has vetiver and other earthy nuances. This is a stunner, guys, and it's one of those fragrances that it's, like I said, cheap, great performance for like a sporty kind of a flanker, but it's really not a sporty, it's more of a green, vegetal, fruity kind of a scent. Very unique, guys. If you love unique, this is one. And you guys know YOP likes to push the envelope a little bit, but they did a great job with this one. And last but not least, this one here was from last year. If you're familiar with the House of Lalique, you know they produce great quality for really good pricing, as we can find here in the fragrance community. And this is one of such fragrances. This is Lalique White in Black. And what this fragrance is, it's like a combination between like a tobacco sort of a fragrance, like Herrera from Parfums de Marly, for example, meets a more toned down or wearable Layton, also from Parfums de Marly. So if you love those fragrances, you know they're not cheap. Sprays are great here. This is a powerful scent, but if you control the spray, it's actually very good, performs very well, lasts a long time, and it's gonna give you a vibe. Again, the Herrera tobacco vibe, it's gonna be way in the background. It's more of a Layton kind of a fragrance. It's one of those sweet, fruity, inviting. It's got vanilla in the base, some tonka beans, but nothing here is overly done. It's done in a very well blended manner. It's very classy and inviting. Love this stuff, and for the price you can find this big bottle, which is the 4.2 ounces, you really can't go wrong. Thanks for checking out this video here, guys, and also sound off in the comments of this video. Let me know what other hidden gems or off the beaten path, under the radar fragrances I should check out and perhaps other people that are watching this video could benefit from. And also, don't forget to show me your support. Leave me a like, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you can get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, thank you so much. Wear what truly moves you, and I'll see you right back here very soon. Take care.